Hello everyone, welcome to our Fulham podcast. Today I'm joined by Hal. Say hello.
Hello, everybody. And today we'll be doing something different. We'll be going from pitch side to business side. And Rocco, would you like to discuss what we are going to be starting off with today?
Just to wake you up from the dull international break. I know you're probably asleep by now. It's so boring. I know England won 7-0, but who cares? We're talking about the business side of Fulham.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, it's getting really exciting at the moment. Riverside stand's all gone. It's gone. And we're going to be installing that amazing new stand, which looks like a Riverside Club. It looks like a club for people to play tennis and places. But no, it's really good for the area as it blends in with the area. People will be able to carry on walking down the Thames and look over the Thames, which is great. And it's a lot easier to access, Rocco, because instead of going all the way round to the Hammersmith end, you can go in there and there'll be turnstiles there, which is going to be brilliant. Yeah,
I love the fact that they've modernised the traditional Craven Cottage, which some people don't really like the idea because they're really traditional, but I like the idea that one side you've got a traditional Johnny Haynes stand, the other side you've got a new, fresh look, which is a big contrast. I quite like that difference.
Yeah. I think it actually looks to me like two different stadiums comparing side to side, because obviously at Fulham we're not allowed to demolish the Johnny Haynes stand, and putting in this new modern end I think is a great new achievement to big up our capacity. And as you see, it's going to be a double tier, quite a small double tier, because the bottom the first tier isn't is it 2-tier or is it
I think it's one. It could be 2 tiers.
Do you call it 1-tier or 2-tier?
I think
because there's 2 tiers.
I think there's 2 tiers, but the bottom tier is really small.
Yeah, really small, and there's a box. Thankfully, it's not blocking our amazing view to the Thames.
Yeah.
And it's not blocking out, so it's not becoming enclosed. However, it is blocking a bit, so less wind's going to come into the Hammersmith end, which is a bonus in the winter time.
Yeah, when we're bored down in H6, we can just have a nice look out. When we're losing 3-0 to Hull City, just have a nice look out, and we're not bored like usual at Craven Cottage, and it will stop the chilly weather from the Thames. You've had those blustery days in the winter, and I think it will be really nice once it's done. I think right now we're saying, it's going a bit too slow, but now after the demolition was quite quick since the Hull game. Yeah,
definitely. It obviously is costing 80 mil to build, and it's going to take quite long. But it's going to take 2 years. It's going to have bars, restaurants, hopefully cafes.
But I feel a bit sorry for the Riverside season ticket holders right now, because they were just basically forced to move to the Putney end or just give up their seat. So now all the people you see in the Putney end this season are Riverside season ticket holders, which is a bit unfair because I don't think anyone likes the Putney end.
And as you see on the stand, it looks like the photo I've got here in front of me, it looks like pretty good limbs in the Riverside end, so let's hope that happens. Obviously a commentary box, and it'll be a lot better for the press and people, and the dugouts I think could be improved. I'm not sure if they are going to be improved, but we'll see on that. Now let's go on to another business factor of Fulham, which is ticket prices.
Oh god, last season I felt sorry for anyone who wasn't a season ticket holder. He had to pay £55 for the Hammersmith end, which is and you probably watch your side lose 3-0 every game, which is absolutely shocking. Do you agree?
Yeah, and I mean, personally, I've got a top tip for everyone who's wishing to buy a season ticket out there. Definitely buy it before you get promoted.
Yeah.
I hope you're not a season ticket holder who just does it.
Don't assume you get promoted.
Yeah, don't assume you get promoted, because me and Rocco here, I got it for £59 and Rocco got it for £59. Adults around 200. We got it before we got promoted to the Prem. And that's how much ours were for a Prem season ticket.
Yeah.
However, the kids one went up to like 300, 200.
It was crazy, yeah.
Yeah, but now in the Championship, I think it's great prices. It's around £30 for an adult, £25. So yeah,
and it'll be quite good to see. once the Riverside's done 21-22, it'll be good to see season ticket holders back there. Good for them.
Yeah, and I mean, talking of the Riverside, it is very expensive, but our transfers, our squad value is more than the Riverside's costing us. It's 113.57.
Yeah, and if you think about the people we bought in the summer when we got up to the Prem, we spent 100 and something million. That's more than the whole Riverside stand, and they just got us relegated. So it's not that bad if you think of it.
And will be obviously transfers were in Tony Khan's hand when we spent 100 mil before the Prem, which I think was pretty stupid. But
yeah, moving on to carry on if you want.
Michael Hector coming in. How much is that, Rocco? How much is he gonna? I
think it was seven mil pounds. I think it was around 7 mil, and I think it could be quite a good addition to the squad as he could strengthen up the defence. We'll probably talk about that more when he comes in January.
Yeah, and I don't think Fulham really have problems with their money at the moment due to our owner, Shahid Khan. He took over in 2013, and he also owns the Jacksonville Jaguars, the NFL team, who are quite successful. So I don't think we're in trouble anytime soon.
I think moving on to the Tony Khan, Shahid Khan situation, I think last season Tony Khan was a bit too. People reacted way too much. You know how we hate Tony Khan, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think he did do terrible in the signing of Seri and Guisa, all that rubbish. But this season, I think he's improved. He's become more as a proper fan, and I think people are starting to like him a bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad ownership. If you've seen Bolton, Berry, it's not good ownerships, and Fulham are in a good state at the moment, and we should take advantage of that.
Yeah, we don't always get the results we want, but we seem to always finish out. We always seem to finish quite well, except last season, of course.
Yeah. So I think that's the end of the business side of Fulham.
Yeah.
Next week we'll be doing one on the QPR game, which I am going to. It's going to be the best derby.
Next pod we actually might be doing a preview of the game.
Oh yeah, preview of the game.
With you might remember Jake, who did another podcast earlier in the season. He might be joining in as he's a QPR fan, so we could see the different views of the fans.
Yeah. So we might do a preview on the next one there.
Yeah, and we'll talk about Mitrovic, how he's not playing because of the yellow. We'll discuss that, and you Whites.
Yeah, come on, you Whites.